Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. We are going to create this small room inside 3ds Max and Unreal Engine. Okay, so we'll create all these meshes, then we'll export to Unreal Engine. Okay, so I'm gonna move this to the left. And once again, everyone, welcome back to another stream. Okay, we'll start with this wall. Okay, I'm gonna go to the front and we need to create one arch with this arc. Okay, toggle this snap toggle and create something like this. Okay, then we can convert this to a table spline and enable viewport, and I'm gonna change to maybe yes, we need to change to rectangular and apply one of this material. I think shouldn't we see size, and we can do that later. Okay, here we need to increase the poly count a little bit. With this interpolation, we can increase the steps to maybe 12. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this just in case we need the backup. Okay, here we'll convert this one to a double poly now. And we need to select this side. And align these faces in maybe y direction. Okay, like this, and these two sides in x direction. Okay, now we can extrude these two sides a little bit. Centimeter. Okay, and we can extrude this down. I think we should increase the height. Maybe 8. Okay, so for this shape, we need to clear all these edges. Okay, I'm gonna save a copy. Then select all these vertex and we will build it. Now deselect these two sides and weld again. Again, deselect and renew. Okay, things will do. You don't need to worry about the ties, it will be fine. And we can select all these faces and we need to extrude one more time. Okay, so this is the wall we need and say copy again. Okay, we might need to bend this wall a little bit, so I need to check if it's working correctly. Okay, should be fine. Okay, we might need to add a couple of segments in these two sides. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna do now, we can do that later. Now we'll create the windows and move to the next one we need. I'm using hybrid chemistry. Okay, for the windows, we need to create another line. See, actually, this part actually we got this too small. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna create a line in here. But I think we need to align this. Maybe add one segment here. And we can move this little bit to the right. Okay. To avoid this hard corner, I'm gonna add one more segment here. Now it should be fine if we turn this edge faces off. We have that curve right. Anyway, I'm gonna place this line around here. Okay, I'm gonna place here. Okay, we need to create 4 windows. Decrease the height. Okay, now we can first we need to add couple of segments here. Now I'm going to select all these faces. Okay. And we need to duplicate this thing and hold on Ctrl and Shift. Okay, then hold as an object. And we can connect these two sides with this bridge. And maybe you should reduce the thickness. Okay, now we need to create that couple of ring type thing over here. Go to the left for a front. Okay. Now we can create that ring type thing with this arc maybe. Then you should turn this. Now we can actually create a cylinder here. Then we'll cut this in half. Duplicate this and reduce the size, radius, and a high velocity NH. Don't know the pronunciation. Anyway, okay. Increase the sides, reduce the height segments. Now we need to cut this in half. I'm gonna change the height. Okay, and we'll convert a double poly and connect these two sides. Then we can delete the rest and close this gap. We can duplicate this thing. Edit, clone, and increase the size. You see how these, I think we need to increase the size to maybe 26. Okay, now we can cut this also in half. I think we should increase the size to maybe 30. Convert editable P and connect these four sides for vertex. Here I think we should use this spline to create this thing. That will be more easier, right? So let's check it. Wait. Go to the front and create a rectangle here. Okay. Look at this. Then select these two vertex. Use this fillet. You should increase the length a little bit. Then this is much better, right? Now we can duplicate this one more time and select the first one and use this fillet. This is not blank, so maybe we can add one vertex in the center, then delete. Okay. Okay, this might be different, but I'm gonna keep it. Okay. Now the last one. Okay, you can try this. Maybe we can increase the height a little bit. And length. You can actually do the same thing over here. I'm gonna add on some text. Then move these two down. Use this fill. Okay, now I'm gonna enable this for in viewport. Okay. We can actually increase the poly count here to this interpolation. Okay, I'm gonna weld these two. Maybe add two vertex here and change this one to corner. Keep it like this way. Okay, something like this. Okay, I'm gonna attach all three together. Then change the size. We need to create one more thing. We will go to the front again. Create another line from here actually. So this is center, right? Okay. We should place here. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this shape, convert this into a table poly, and I'm going to change the pivot here. Then we will duplicate this and rotate. I'm going to change the angle, maybe 5. Okay, I think that's enough, right? Okay, that's correct. Okay, you can just try to mirror these things and check the alignment. Okay, I think that's enough. Now we can save a copy and I'll attach all this together. Okay. And we need to add a shell modifier into this. Now it's just a plain thing. We can add one shell modifier. Okay. be like this. Okay, we might need to increase the height because actually almost touching the character head. Right? Okay, now we can start creating the windows. And our wall is actually too small. I don't think we can fit 4 windows in here anyway. Create one window. Create a box here. I think we can fit 2 windows, right? Okay, I'll create one here. Maybe reduce the thickness. Okay, we'll convert to a table poly. And I'm going to select these two faces. Sorry. We need to place another wall in here. Select these two faces and we'll insert okay, hold on, I think we don't need to do that. We can add a couple of segments. Okay, something like this, and we'll just detach or you need to select these edges. Okay, I think we need to detach actually. Okay, and we can bridge all these. So to make it look more like a wooden thing, we need to do this. Okay, or you can just insert these faces. Now these two sides. Okay, here we need to this the size I think. Okay, now we can connect these two edges with compass segments. I think we need more, sorry, four horizontally and two vertical. Okay. Insert all this and bevel inside. Okay, then bridge all this. We can actually attach all these back. Select all these edges. Wait, before we attach, we need to chamfer these edges. Okay, now it will look more like wooden window. Okay, same over here. Okay, I think we can chamfer this. Okay, then attach to this. Okay, and now if I duplicate this, we have two windows. Okay, we need to create one more wall here. Maybe we can just these two sides. Or we can add a complete new shape. Anyway, the front, I'm gonna create a new box here. Okay, we should move this over here. Maybe convert to double poly and we can about here. Okay, then we don't need this two anymore. We can delete. And I'm gonna select this side of this wall. We need to increase the thickness actually. So I'm just move to the front. Maybe that means. And this should be here maybe. Okay. So this is our first wall. Okay. Now we can select copy again. Rhythm hyper organization. Can there be a reference? Yes. I don't have the link, but here is the reference image. Okay. I'm not gonna create this thing. Okay, we need to duplicate this wall over here and across this area. So we'll be focusing on this part right here. Okay, not this one. What we need to add on thing. Add on segment here. Okay, then select this face and extrude it and the value to 1 maybe or 2. Think 2 is enough. And I'm gonna select this edge and chamfer it. 0.3, okay, 0.3 with the 2 segments. So we need to do the same over here. Okay. Now select these faces, extrude it 2 centimeter and select these edges, chamfer 0.3 with 2 segments. So should my edge go to this one? Okay, now we need to select these. Chamfer. Okay, 0.3 third segment. Okay, we need to select these two also. Okay, then it's fine. So this is our wall. I'm gonna add one segment over here. Then move this little bit to the front. Okay, now we can collapse all this. I think we don't need this. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it. Maybe we should select all these faces over here and increase the thickness. So now if I select all this and try to bend, okay, minus 90 degree. Okay, we might need a couple of segments to this window. You can even this later. Now I'm gonna unwrap the UV and we need to duplicate this wall. We need to close this gap actually. Okay. Delete this, and we can delete these small edges. Or we can just, I think we should delete these more. Okay. Now I'm gonna bridge these two sides in the back and close this gap. Then add a symmetry modifier. Okay, now it's fine. We don't need to, we don't have that this thing over here. Maybe you can extrude again. Anyway, I'm gonna collapse all this. First we need to delete this thing over the side and close the gap. Okay, now just export this 2 centimeter, right? Yes. Then select the edge, chamfer it with 0.3 and 2 segments. Okay, okay, we might need to change the size of the, okay, I'm gonna select all these vertex and to this snap toggle, we can change the shape, size. actually fine over here, but not. Okay, it's actually because this thing going to the back, right? I think it's fine. We need to change the smoothing loops, maybe. Clear all. Okay. See, now it's actually fine. Okay, these are the two walls we need, I think. I can say copy. Then start unwrapping the UVs. Then we'll export to image. And you can clear this mesh remove. And we need to actually apply two different materials. So I'm gonna move this edge down over here. Okay, I think it's fine. Okay, now I'll select all this and apply a different one, a different color. And we should use the same material for this one. Can you change until this side? And also we need to change the material for this one. Change to maybe okay. Now we can apply for enter the UVs. Okay, we'll start this mesh. Get clear this. Okay, this. I will convert this selection to edges here. Then actually don't delete this one. In backspace maybe. It will be a mess. So select all these faces. Then clean it. Okay. Delete and close. Okay, same over here. Now you can just grow the selection and unselect. Okay, just unselect these. Delete. And we don't need all this. Okay, control on black space again. And same over here. You don't need these two segments. Actually, make sure you close this gap. Okay, control and backspace to delete. Clear out. No smooth. Now we can untap the UV. Bro, I don't think I can read a name anyway. Thanks. Welcome to the stream. Okay, here. Okay, I'm not going to untap the UV this time. We'll try a different way. I'm going to select these two holes. Okay. Okay, hold on. I think we need to reduce this wall thickness. Go to the top. I'm going to move it here. Okay, like this. Maybe this much. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to untap the UV, so I'll just add this UVW map. Sorry. I'm going to select these two and add this UVW map. Change the box. And actually, I don't need to change the size, I think. Now, if I collapse all this and add this under UVW, we'll have this UV actually. See, We don't need to manually unwrap this thing. Okay. If you select all these vertex and build it, it will actually remove these seams over here. Okay, control it to select all the vertex and use this weld, select a subobject. Now if you want, you can reduce the overall size. Okay. Actually, we'll do the same over here. The fuck? Okay. I think we need to add a new one. Okay, wait. I'm gonna chamfer these two edges. Then add a new UVW map. Also add this under UVW. Select all the vertex and weld it. Then select all the faces and reduce the size little. Okay. I think we can do the same thing for these meshes. Oh, I will just okay. Anyway, I'm gonna control A to select all the meshes. Sorry, all the UVs, and you will just see flatten mapping for the windows. Okay. Then we should convert this to editable poly and select all the edges and chamfer. Okay, 0.3 and two segments. The same, I will use the flatten mapping. Not actually good. So I'll delete this and add this CVW map. Change the box and check the UV now. See, it's much better actually. Control it to select all this and reduce the size. So don't worry about the overlapping. Okay. And collapse all this. So we are going to use one single material for all this. It should be fine. I think we should use the UVW map for this one also. We just attach all this. So now we can export, but first we need to add a couple of segments. Because we need to bend this wall the tennis. Four segments. So the UVs will be fine. You don't need to worry about that. Okay. We're gonna attach. I think we need to add a couple of segments. We can try to bend this. Okay, we need to add a couple of segments. This mesh. Maybe 10 segments. We can bend properly, I think. Okay, this thing actually. Okay, now it's fine. I'll delete this bend. Save a copy first. So here. Okay, hold on. We need to change this material. Okay. So we need to duplicate this couple of times. Save a copy again. Then attach all this. Add maybe a symmetry modifier. So we need 3. Copy the symmetry modifier and paste it. And we have these 3 walls. Okay, so we can bend this. It's actually bending perfect. You should change the collapse all this, then change the pivot to center. Then we can bend. Okay, I think we need this 45 minus 45. Maybe you should duplicate this more time. So I'm gonna go back to okay, last one. Change the pivot and this bend modifier. Just bend a little bit. I think we don't need 45. We can just keep it in 35. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna export this in one single mesh, and this will be our wall. We can actually you can place over like this. Okay, then we'll rotate this. I'm just trying out here. Okay, we can close it. Okay. So for the ceiling and the floor, we can use a plain it's a simple mesh. We can find it in Unreal Engine. Okay, I think that's it. Now we can just export all this to Unreal Engine. Let's save a copy first. So change the pivot center. Now go to file, export selected. This one. Change the pivot. Okay, now I can open it. And if you want, you can actually create a plain mesh for the glass. Try the glass. Okay, we'll create a. Oh, sorry, open a project. Okay, I want to create a new level. Okay, right. Create a new folder. Then a couple of other folders. Maps. Okay, now we can import our meshes. These two. See, our first one is actually 1.1 MB. It's fine, I think. And I think can enable the nanite. Make sure actually click this. Okay, build nanite and import more. Save all. And I'm gonna save this current level into a new map folder. Okay. And we don't need this volumetric cloud. Hide for now. When I drop this wall over here, then this and duplicate this. Again, make sure you actually turn this on and rotating it will actually snap these vertex. Okay, and duplicate. Oh, this part actually not connecting. Maybe we can just rotate this. Okay, I think it's fine. Okay, save all. I'm gonna save this current level again and go to maps and duplicate this map for a backup. So for the floor and ceiling, I'm gonna just delete this floor and search for plane in the control folder. Okay, and I have this floor. We'll change the size to maybe 12. The rest of it maybe should change to 4 or 6. Then you can duplicate this for the ceiling also. And you can transfer mirror C. You want to- Okay, so something like this. I'm gonna remove this material. Can we remove this? Yeah. Now I'm gonna add this post process volume from this visual effects. Move it to lighting. Then the exposure to maybe 1 for minimum and maximum. And make sure actually change it to infinite extent. Okay, now we need to find some materials. Okay, I'm gonna open the mixer. So we need one floor material, then on concrete and a wood material. So this pixel mixer can add some concrete. I think we can use this one for the wall. we just change the color to white. Okay, maybe we can mix with some or at least some damages. To I think we don't need the dirt, right? It's actually clean our reference. Anyway, I'm gonna export this T concrete in 4K. And export in this folder. Now open the engine. We can import our textures. So make sure actually flip this normal maps green channel and the roughness to mask to work properly. So now we can create a new material here. Open it. This is our base color, convert parameter. Okay. So if you want to change the textures later, you can convert all this to parameter, or you can just keep like I'm going to multiply this roughness value with a scalar parameter. So you can adjust the roughness later, default value 1, and now we need a UV, hold on U and left click, and a scalar parameter for the texture scale. We then connect all of our textures. So texture scale default value 1, connected all of our textures. Now if you want to change the base color, hold on 3 and left click for this color and right click search for overlay. For this blend overlay, we can connect this base to base and our color to blend. and the result to base color. I'm gonna change this default color to light gray. Now actually check this two-side option to work on both sides. So apply. Now can create a material instance from the master material. Okay, open it. We can see all the details. So you can change the color over here. Now open the mesh. I think we need to disable the nanite. Okay, it's gonna work. See, stupid nanite. Sometime. Now we can isolate all these parts. This concrete. Open the instance. You can change the scale to maybe 4. Now we need a green color. Duplicate this material instance to concrete green. Open the mesh again. Here we need to apply this green color. I'm gonna change the color to disable the nanite support and apply this material. I think we need to duplicate this one more time. Wait. Okay, and we need to apply over here. Now we need two more materials. I think we should move this down. I'm gonna change the pivot over here. Okay. So you can see all these concrete details over here. Okay, two more materials. Okay, open the mixer again. Then maybe we can search for floor. We can use this one. Battery ceramic tiles, maybe we should change the color. Okay, we can use this one. Maybe we can search for a different one. Floor tiles. Okay, if you scroll down, you can find. I think we can use this one. Some dirt into it. Or maybe this thing. Okay, I think we should go for the first one. Yes. Then we can use this one. Okay, we'll mix with some concrete and we will export it. We will move it down. Then maybe move this concrete above it. And okay, I think we can export. Okay, I think it's enough. T underscore floor. Then we will import here. Okay, now save all. Now duplicate one of this material instance. Now rename to floor. Replace with floor textures. Just block. Okay, maybe we should change the color. Yes, it's actually matching with our reference kind of, right? I think we should change the reference to you know, okay, we still need, drop this concrete to ceiling and last material. Right. AW. I think I'll go for this one maybe. Can change the color. White. And we need some damage. Delete, upload and delete. So for the damage, we can use another wood. Change the color to pick underline. Maybe rotate it. Wrap the underline. And I think we should invert. We should tile little bit. Okay. Reduce the blend radius and the amount. It's fine. Okay, I'll export this T underscore. Okay, I'll export in 2K. Then we'll import here on the normal map. Make sure actually flip the channel. Move the reference to mask. Okay, now okay. You need to duplicate this floor maybe. Any other materials and rename to wood. Open it. Replace with wood textures. the mesh and apply it. Okay. So that's it for the materials. Okay. So actually we need to paint some leaves or here. Hold on if we can find. Then we have leaves. Actually, we have leaves. So I'm gonna go to this foliage mode and drop this thing over here. Select it and change it to maybe 33 and maximum size to 2 and C offset to 0.1. Okay, to avoid the flickering and everything. And save out. And we can reduce the brush size to this open brackets. And we can paint, see, to remove this, hold on shift and paint. Okay, and I'm gonna paint here. Maybe you should change the density. I'm gonna paint a lot more in the center. So you can see the flickering. I think I should change the 0.1 to 0.2. Delete. See, now it's not actually flickering or colliding with the floor. It's okay, not that good. Anyway, so we don't need the mixer. You can actually play with the lighting. Okay, duplicate this map for the backup. So I'm gonna change it to high or at least medium. And we can't see anything. Okay, it's actually the lights actually coming through this. We might need to cover that area of something from the other side. Oh, we need to rotate the light. Where is that direction light? I think we should place in the center. Now, this fog back and amount 0.1 and the height fall off. Then enable this volumetric thing. You can see right now we need to change back to high in this engine scalability. In the skylight, no, the post process only. Go to ambient occlusion, we need to enable it and enable this ambient cube map. I have one somewhere here and use this one. And actually feels like evening, right? Okay, I think we need to change the HDRI. Wait, and remove this and try it here first. This looks better. Maybe we can try this. Okay, this looks fine actually. The skyline we can add this. We can keep it in blue. If we don't see any shadows, right? Maybe we can move them. Maybe. Yeah, it's fine actually. We can just keep like this. Can enable this volumetry 4 in our exponential. Post process only. We can change this global saturation and contrast to maybe 1.2. Point. Okay. It's like something missing. Oops, is actually or HDRI. Maybe if we change the light intensity. Yes, we want to change to high. I think we introduce this HDRI. This Q map actually not try this. We can keep this. Maybe go to skylight. Some and in this 4. So we need a little bit shadow actually. Guys, I think everything's fine except this lighting. We still have to. We can rotate. Wait, I'm gonna try. No, this. Okay, maybe we almost put this in. Guys, I think that's it for this hall. So if you want to ask anything, you can comment. Okay. Maybe we need to add a scale reflection thing. Okay, I think we are missing actually a bit of angle portion. Guys, if you want to ask anything, you can just comment. And on our next stream, we are going to play topic. So Guys, that's it for today. Everyone, thanks for this time. Thanks for supporting. Anyway, why don't you subtract from the exposure and basically the sunlight, the lighting will be okay, okay. I almost actually forgot this exposure thing. Okay, and I will duplicate the sheet. You can actually enable this little bit bloom. Just and this exposure to maybe 7. Okay, and sunlight. Dark. Anyway, guys, everyone, thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for support. And we'll see you soon. I'm gonna try to change these settings, okay? Bye guys, take care. We'll see you soon.